Joining us now out of London is Mr. Reza Veda, the academic researcher and author. For more on the story, hello, Reza. Good to check back in with you, bud. Good to see you're safe and doing well. Your thoughts on this peace deal inked, parties involved, and why Tehran has had the kind of reaction it's had to this peace deal?
I believe this peace deal has been 34 years in the working since the collapse of the Soviet Union. And it's one of the many mechanisms they're using, the United States, Europeans, Israel, the group that is against Iran, and try to encircle Iran. Azerbaijan already uses Georgia as a corridor to send its resources, natural oil and stuff, to Europe, to Turkey. So it's unusual why it's decided to take this route, which is a mountainous route. It's not an easy route to traverse. And so why is it decided to take it so close to the border with Iran, other than cutting off Iran from the north or from Armenia? And we know that Azerbaijan was assisting Israel and America when they attacked Iran for the 12-day war on Iran. And it has very close political and economic and security ties with the Israeli regime. So you have to ask, all of these corridors are being created to bypass Iran, to encircle Iran, and to also put pressure on both Russia, Iran, and China, so that China, there's other routes to get to Central Asia other than the Chinese corridor, which goes through Iran. And another route they're creating is through Pakistan, Afghanistan, into Central Asia. So all of these things are being set up in a way to weaken Iran as opposed to strengthen the regional countries.
And then you have the same government responsible for this ongoing genocide in Gaza, responsible for over 1 million civilian deaths in Iraq and Afghanistan, responsible for the fact that an extremist, a member of a attack fury group is heading Syria today, is sitting there in the middle of the table and is going to get credit. You mentioned 30 years in the making. And why is the U.S. getting credit for being the peace negotiator in this deal?
Well, we know that Donald Trump has a big ego, and so he hasn't produced any peace treaties since he came the Ukrainian-Russia war with Iran. Even his previous administration or his previous regime couldn't bring peace to North Korea. So this is, this kind of show makes him very happy. What's interesting, though, if you look at what's been happening recently with the corridor that the Israeli regime is creating in the south of Syria, coming all the way up to the north of Iraq, into the Kurdish region, which, it has a lot of allies in the Kurdish regions of Iraq. It will then be connected directly to Turkey, Azerbaijan. And we know that Turkey is a country that says on paper, we're against the genocide and against the Israeli onslaught of Palestinians, but is one of the backers, one of the biggest backers and supporters and economic partners of Israel. So there's no doubt that this corridor from Israel will go all the way up to Azerbaijan, and it will be a route by which they will attack Iran from the north and from the Caspian and from the northwest, either through aeroplanes or other military means or sabotage and infiltration.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Reza. Stay safe. Always a pleasure to pick your brain on things. Reza Bidadi, they're joining us out of London.